What's happening? Time for another malt review with Mikey and Narby.
What's up, guys? Cheers.
And we're going to be doing another sample from Master of Malt. We have a Lagavulin 18-year-old. And this particular Lagavulin 18-year-old is from 2016. It's from the Feis ILe Festival in Islay. So Feis ILe is, I don't know how many years it's been around. It's been around for over 10 years. So it's been going on for a while, but it's a festival in Islay once a year. And I believe it's in May. It's either May or March, but I think it's in May. And a lot of the distilleries will release a special bottling, and this is Lagavulin's special release from 2016, Feis ILe. They become very collectible, and I think the distilleries make sure to put out, especially Lagavulin is known to put out some really, really good whiskeys during this time. Original price ends up being very fair, but obviously very hard to get. Not everyone can make the festival to get one. And in the aftermarket, obviously the price tends to double, triple, quadruple as it kind of works out with special bottlings. Yeah. So without further ado, this has been breathing for a good 15 to 20 minutes. Mike will show you the color there. It's a it's a light gold. It's a very light gold.
Light gold.
Almost like a white wine kind of color.
Right.
Light gold, I would call it. This is bottled at 49.5% ABV, so that's great. We're getting more than 40 or 43.
Absolutely.
And on the nose. It's so awesome when you get a good amount of peat, but then you get this very, very sweet citrus along with it. So sometimes you get peat and it just attacks you and smacks you right in the face, but when it's combined with fruit and a very like crystallized citrus sweetness, and the peat's not too much, it just becomes such a beautiful thing. And that's exactly what this is. You got that peat. It's not too extreme. It's almost that mineral ocean water, like you're walking on the ocean and the wind's blowing, you get a little bit of that salty ocean coming at you. And then you got really, really sweet citrus. Almost like lemon that's actually very sweet. Orange and grapefruit. And then you're getting like vanilla ice cream. It's creamy. The nose suggests that the palate is going to be very creamy, so it's like a vanilla ice cream. And it's almost like, kind of like that we use this a lot in our Islay whiskeys. We say like that lemon butter sauce, right? Yeah. But I think the most enjoyable part for me is how sweet the citrus is. Yeah. How sweet and just, makes you want to bite the glass. It's really, really nice.
No, it's such a good point Narby made, because we did that older Lefroy 10 Bonfanti from 1970s review, and there was a certain style that the older soft peat was, and this is definitely not that. But when you mix those super sweet citrus elements, like just luscious, soft, juicy, luxurious lemons and pink grapefruits and kumquats and all these wonderful fruits with the modern peat, it affects that peat. It's not like Lefroy 10 now or Ardbeg 10 now where it's just a crazy blast of peat. It almost softens the peat and it makes it so much more palatable, and it blends in so much better with all the flavors and elements.
And I think that also has to do with the fact that it's 18 years old too, right? So
absolutely.
Yeah. So, but even comparing it to, he said Lefroy 10, even comparing it to, let's say the current release of Lefroy 18, it's still way different.
Yeah.
By the way, this is a combination of American oak and European oak. Really nice. Just really, really, really nice.
Oh yeah. Crazy, crazy fruits.
I'm trying to pinpoint of what fruit, but some kind of exotic fruit that I can't pinpoint what it is. It's
Tropical
really nice.
side?
Yeah. It's really, really nice though. It's mainly citrus, but
But they are unique.
yeah. Oh,
But definitely, like Norby said, that creamy lemon butter sauce. I want to take this and I want to just coat it in like oysters and shrimp and just eat it.
we've never done that, huh? We've never had like a whiskey like this with like oysters or something like that, right? That'd be nice.
It would be,
Yeah, we normally do it with wine, but doing it with something like this would be cool.
right? Instead of white wine for your scampi sauce.
All right, palate.
Let's do it. Same thing, pretty much. Oh yeah.
Really, really nice. It doesn't attack too much. 49.5% ends up really, really nice. Initial, it says peat. Then as soon as the peat releases a little bit, the creaminess comes in, that vanilla ice cream, that butter. And then you get the citrus fruits. So it's kind of in stages where on the nose, it's like kind of all in there. At least on first sip, it kind of went peat, vanilla cream, citrus fruits. They are sweeter. The fruits are sweeter on the nose than they are on the palate because the peat is fairly strong on the palate. So it's not as sweet on the palate, but it is sweet and it's really, really delicious.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
No, absolutely. But it's still the way that it's so crystallized. It's so sweet and crystallized. These amazing citrus fruits. It's like literally might be the most amazing lemon I've ever had in my life. On the palate, it still is so impressive. Like Norby said, yeah, it's definitely sweeter on the nose, and it's definitely more, peat forward, more like smoke and outside like beach bonfire forward on the palate, which Lagavulin style is always very pleasant, but it still is very impressive. The complexity, and it's got to be that age, the 18 years old, and the way they blended those casks together.
With just a drop or two of water in each our glass.
Oh,
I don't think it changes it too much. It almost a little black licorice comes out. It gets a little more salty.
yeah, like a little salty, almost like salted black licorice, like Swedish Scandinavian candy style. Oh, it's nice. But overall, yeah, very similar.
Speaking of Swedish candy, I import my candy from Sweden, so we get plenty of Swedish candy in our diet. Not related to the whiskey review, just wanted to share. Try it on the palate with a little water. I'd say made it almost a little more salty, which is surprising, but I added that element. It could just be that it's just continually breathing and changing.
The Islay like beach element coming out more through all the fruits. I love that strength.
Yeah.
Oh, it's perfect.
I don't think the water changed it too much.
No.
It got a little mellower on the palate, but that's just because the first sip is just more intense in general.
Yeah.
And the second sip ends up, once you introduce it, second sip mellows out a little bit and you're able to get more of the flavors. Just really creamy. I'd say on the second sip, you really, really, really get that cream. And because you introduce the peat first, not as peaty on the second sip, so it allows that creaminess and fruitiness to shine through. Just a really, really nice whiskey.
I think it's a phenomenal example of what Lagavulin has to offer.
Yeah, Lagavulins can be really nice. Wow, really good. The finish is medium towards, I'd say medium, because the fruits don't stay on forever. The peat does linger in the mouth. So in terms of that vanilla cream and the fruits, medium. In terms of the peat, it lingers on longer. Score-wise, this is just like hitting that elite point for me right at 90. So 90 out of 100.
I give it 91 out of 100.
Really good whiskey,
Impressive.
you guys. Let us know in the comments below if you guys have tried this whiskey and what you guys think. I'm sure whoever's tried it loved it, especially if you're Islay fan. All right, you guys. We'll see you soon for another review. Cheers.
Cheers.